sitting there last night and I saw that, oh, wow, okay. So Western's playing at St. Edwards. So I was like, oh, no. I was like, thought, they're going to, well, I'm going to go watch it anyway, just to watch the kids because they did say play so well against Fort Lewis and the teams in that tournament, and why against Highlands and Fort Lewis. And Fort Lewis is really good. I know they are. And then they beat them, number 10 and 0, number 11 team, and they beat them there in Austin. So I was like, all right, well, good for the Mustangs. And they already had 6 wins, which is more than they had last year. So, with that Brody kid and a bunch of the other kids he's got on the team and got Styles back, so they're playing pretty good basketball. So it's fun. So I long for the day when we eliminate debt and trespass, so people can go be part of a community and enjoy being a part of a community. The thing about sports, though, is we all can't win. We all can't. You give people parody. Well, if everybody wins at home, that's kind of fun. You get to the end of this, see where I don't know. It's sports are fun, but when one team dominates or whatever and stuff. Well, in order to be successful at sports, you have to dominate. In order to love one another, you don't have to be successful. And so focus on love instead of success. Because success is about domination and love is about gratitude and appreciation. So focus on love. I'm going to be one of the greatest lovers in the world. How do you do that? That means you're comparing yourself to others, and somebody has to be dominant. He has to, everybody else challenges them. I can love better than you. You can love as well as me. You can do it. And apparently, no, they can't. And so that's frustrating because it's like, well, I always tell people that. How can you be more faithful than the next person? So, if you wonder how long I'll be faithful, right? So it's very disturbing and insidious what people, when they sit and they talk and they discuss, stuff. What's nice about when I'm done doing what I'm doing is I don't have to talk about this very much. Like I told Dad about the stuff, when they said with Krishnamurti that it was sour grapes and stuff with Mahatma Gandhi. No, that's not true. Mahatma Gandhi apparently wasn't explaining things well enough for people to understand how to go home and live peacefully. How to share, care, give in accordance to need, built to last, and look for authority. Well, what do we do next? Well, how do we build the proper house? How do we build the best shoe? How do we sell the best shoe? How do we market it? No, just, no, the Industrial Revolution is becoming an amateur for itself because it's got ego problems. The greatest advancements we've made in civilization and society and stuff was when there was a religious regard and respect. Okay. And people could sit and, talk intelligently without being abused and told they were heretics and being murdered because they were going to cut into business and stuff. Okay. And it doesn't last for long. If selfishness is allowed to be pervasive and you're supposed to be successful and great, right? But when you eliminate the greatness of the successfulness of greatness, then wow, life's really good, And then the marriage between Derek and Odette might lead to lower taxes, right? Just kidding around, but it's one of my kids' movies. My favorite, it's what's the name from John Cleese from John Plob, Race to Your Death, and it has all these extreme conditions. And they have to overcome extreme conditions to happily ever after. It's like, and one day they died and their careers were set. But you're like sitting there going, no, it's just, should have seen the way he looked at me. I used to tell people this all the time. Is like Bob said. My boy Bob said. When you get a girlfriend, they automatically wipe and wash the shit off your face. And it's like I used to explain to my fiance Yolanda. I said, a lot of times when I get more attention from women when I'm with, it's because it's Johnny Mathis. When I am with you, I am nothing I was before. I can be everything I was and more. Because of success, confidence. Whoa, he's confident and focused. Yeah, I got to be successful to keep my girl, or I don't get to have sex and children. So I've got to make sure I focus on my job and and all that bullshit that these assholes do. But then the women are, ooh, there must be something. And so we're so out of balance. We're so out of understanding. We're so out of whack. That just makes it horrible. It would be like having to touch. No, that person is an egomaniac. And besides them, there's nothing else they could talk about. And what would you rather do? Slide down a 10-foot razor blade with a barrel of alcohol between your legs. Sit around and listen to you. One more like that, Al Yankovic for another minute, I don't want to know. I want to know what turned you on. That is a sick bitch. She's very physically attractive to a sick bitch. Here's your barrel of alcohol. There's the blade, right? Get a perfectly close shave, right? Win the Super Bowl. Fuck. And then you get people, the Chiefs. The Chiefs have won lots of the last games of the year, about 3 times now with Patrick Mahomes and Andy Reid and stuff. Okay. New England trying to go back and do it again with a new group of blade salesmen. My name is Indigo Montoya. You killed my father. Prepare to die. 6-finger man. Okay. And so, like watching, going, oh, who will win the last game of the year? Will it be Jacksonville? Will it be Houston? Will it be Philadelphia again? Will it be Chicago? No, I don't think it'll be Chicago. But Chicago's playing pretty good. Yeah, they are. It's pretty nice because they were sure giving that Caleb Williams a lot of shit. Poor kid. I don't feel sorry for him. He makes millions of dollars, has billions and millions of followers, and people think he's really great doing something stupid for fuck money. Don't feel sorry for him. No. Why? Because lots of people do it. If you feel sorry for them, you'll get depressed and you'll want to die. Life's a precious gift from the glory of God, not from the egos of the saints. Okay. The Aints, the Saints. What's the difference? No, they won the Super Bowl, right? Back with Drew Brees a long time ago when Barack Obama was elected president. There you go. So we are going to have world peace. Why? Because the Saints won the Super Bowl and a black guy got elected president. That's why we're telling everybody that in Cochise County. We just might have world peace. If we have a black guy got elected president and the Saints won the Super Bowl. Wow. That's wow. Whoa. That's a wow. That's like who's winning the NBA championship. Do we have a team that's like never won but played like forever? The Kings. Yeah. The Kings won the NBA championship. There you go. Now it's time for the earth to tilt its axis and there'll be cosmic destruction. Everything's turned on its head, right? The Kings have won an NBA championship. What about baseball? Baseball. Who's never won a baseball championship? Should have seen the way he looked at me. The Expos? Do we still have the Montreal Expos? Do they still play? Or are they no longer a team? They're no longer a team, right? Oh, yeah. Remember Andre Doster and Warren Cromartie and Valentine? Yeah, they're good outfield. So the Expos don't play anymore? It's just Toronto. They're the only team in Canada, right? So they don't have Montreal Expos. What happened to them? Where did they go? Did they go to Washington D.C. or something? I don't know. Maybe they're in Tampa Bay. Maybe they're in Florida now. I don't know. What happened to the Montreal Expos? They got exposed out. Oh, seasons change. Earl. In Canada, everybody that's in the Canadian Football League at one time or another has won the Grey Cup. Toronto and some of those have won a little bit more. They said Saskatchewan's won 5, right? I mean, is BC about the same? It's Calgary, but they've all won a Grey Cup. Everybody's won the last. They've only got 9 teams, so everybody's won the last game of the year in the CFL, right? Every team, every franchise. Until we put in the Schooners or the team in Anchorage. We got to sit there and hope, and maybe if we wish and hope and pray, it might come true. And we could have Alaska Kodiaks in the CFL, and we could win the Grey Cup, and then have it sitting in our shelf for a year or more. It's retarded. I know it's retarded. I'm sorry. What were we talking about again? Success through competition and failure. Oh, yeah. How many times did we fail before we became successful? Successful at what? Are you faithful? Are you grateful for life? Are you obeying natural laws and loving one another eternally? Okay. Then who gives a fuck who wins the last game of the year? I mean, it's kind of a fun entertainment. I think the reason why it's a fun entertainment is because our lives are so meaningless, so mundane, so irrational. It's like an escape. You know, I pay attention to sports and stuff like that because it's an escape, you know. And if we win, I'm feeling happy for about a day or so. And if we lose, oh, damn, that sucks. But then I forget about it. What was his name again? Derek Williams. Okay, he's a good ball player. Yeah. Lost in Anaheim that year. Yeah. Wisconsin. Okay. Lost to Wisconsin a lot of time. Yeah. Okay. Play tournament. Okay. Cats. Dad's into the Cats. Aggies. UCLA. I'm just kidding. Jacksonville beat us that year. I thought it was UCLA. Oh. I should have seen the way he looked at me. Does it really matter? No, it doesn't really matter. What's a Heisman Trophy? Something that Rental Jones Simpson had that he had to sell to pay off for losing in civil court for killing his wife and Ronald Goldman, getting away with it. Did he get away with it? I don't know. Does anyone really get away with murder? Since it's disgusting and vile and foul is fair and fair is foul. Does anyone get away with murder? Right. Life's eternal and grace is infinite. You're still mass murdering each other over money instead of living the Lord's Prayer. Does anyone ever really get away with murder? Should have seen. Look, it's Killer Clowns from Outer Space. Oh, we're Deary or whatever. Oh, man, God, now they're fucking up. Yes, we got to creep people out to make lots of money because we're stupid. Oh, Stephen King's fart, huh? Hell, drop a center block on your foot. Boy, you're in good voice today. Wow, you broke a glass. Memorex. Okay. D. Right. Okay, so just being silly. My heart belongs to Daddy. Yeah, did she write that one? Probably, maybe so. Do you care? Left or right? No, I guess not really. I don't know. It's, sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. Depends on what mood I'm in. Right. But what matters most? Forgive debt and trespass, love one, eternal, faithful peace, life's eternal grace, infinite share, care, given according to need, built to last. Understand natural laws given to us by the infinite essence so we can have an eternal life to love one another and appreciate this beautiful gift that does not, quote, last forever, nothing lasts forever, nothing lasts forever. But when it does last and it's right and it's regarded and it's appreciated and it's understood, it's really good. And life is eternal and grace is infinite. So eternal wretchedness sucks. But the kingdom of heaven is perfect gratitude for the beauty of the amazingness of our gifts, the gifts of our lives here on planet Earth. And pot roast, yeah. But dude, we had to kill a cow to get that pot roast and go, dang, that's good, right? That evil fucking wolf, we need to kill them all. Cow killers, yeah. Those damn worms eating our bodies and then using those worms to jam on a hook to catch a fish. Yes, to have Long John Silver's, yes, and to have surf and turf. Right, we're all thinking it, right. I just waited till he left the room. Okay. The skinny girl who has a social anxiety snuck out the bathroom window, had him depressed as hell. That really didn't happen. They're just making that shit up just to distract you because your life needs a distraction from your mundaneness, and it's more entertaining to watch other people live dysfunction than it is to watch yourself do it while you're scratching your crotch and thinking about what you're going to masturbate to tonight, right? But your sister's out. She's got a date. But Captain Jack will keep you high tonight, right? So, hey, sell a record. Hey, you're successful. Hey, you're famous. Hey, you're having sex with Mr. Blinkley. No, you're not. Okay, we'll get drunk. Drive around the driveway in a circle. Hey, it's George Jones. Well, I could stand another mowing. Funny, I don't even care. Do you understand, guys? So, wow, what a wretched, wretched, wretched existence we give ourselves when we allow the ego to trap the beauty of the soul and the wretchedness of the selfishness of the mind, right? Eternal wretchedness. Blaise Pascal. Updated by Ralph Earl Parsons Jr. on this here YouTube channel, 1322nd for me. It was to give hope to all the people in the Middle East that were looking for a sign that, that the book of Revelation is real and the guy's real and he really burps and he can come and redeem the Gospels and do it without, I give in. Screw it. I'll take the money. I just want to have sex with Jennifer Lopez and Megan Thee Stallion at the same time before I die. Which, that would be a totally wretched experience. Because they would only do it just to try to make me happy because I accepted their money over the Lord's Prayer. Yeah, I just soon, where's my barrel of alcohol? Okay, there's my razor blade. You know what I'm saying? Okay, Lord's Prayer. It's the door to perfecto. Take it. Take it. It's behind curtain number 1, Monty. Okay, guys, I love you. All right, peace out.